Hi cuties! I hope you guys are doing so well. Welcome back to another episode of Nails and Chill. This one is going to be a spooky Nails and Chill edition. If you're new here, Nails and Chill is a little different than my regular nail videos because instead of talking the entire time about the techniques that I'm using to do my nails and stuff, I am more just chatting about life and giving you guys updates about how I've been doing. So just like a really chill, chatty video so we can hang out while I do my nails. Today's video is also kindly sponsored by MelodySusie. I have a bunch of new stuff from their plant-based line that is HEMA and TPO free and also has like an aromatherapy scent to it, which is crazy, and I am absolutely obsessed with this line so far. So I'm so thankful to be working with them, and thank you once again, MelodySusie, for supporting your girl. It really does help so much. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this today. But before we actually get into unboxing the new stuff from MelodySusie and testing it out, I think I'm just going to jump right into putting some tips on, because as you can see, my hands are naked. They are bare. Okay, well, not really. They've got hard gel on them and they've got rings on them, so they're not technically naked, but they don't have any nail extensions on, which needs to be fixed immediately. So today I'm going to be using these new 3XL long stiletto tips from Miss Cheering that I showed you guys in my last Temu haul video that I was like absolutely so ecstatic about. Like my mind imploded when I opened these because they are the perfect dupe for the 3XL long stiletto tips that I had been using from Poway, which I had yet to find another tip that was exactly like those, since Poway doesn't actually sell those anymore. At least last time I checked their website, I could not find them. So yeah, these are super affordable dupes and I'm gonna be wearing them for the first time today. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get these all sized out real quick. Yeah, the nails on my right hand are still very much longer than the nails on my left hand. If you guys know me, I 100% prefer tips that are very sculpted, and that's exactly what these tips are. And like I mentioned before, I do have my hard gel layer on there, my little hard gel cocoon that I use for my cozy cocoon method and has been working very well for me. As you can see, my nails on my left hand have grown out so long. They're literally as long as a medium length extension, which is crazy, but having my nails be that long, it makes it a lot easier when I'm not wearing extensions. I still feel like my nails are long and beautiful and not just like crusty dusty. So I've really been enjoying having my nails be a little bit longer. And it's also funny when people say they like my nails and I tell them it's my natural nail and they're like, what? So that's really fun. So I'm trying to get my right hand to about the same length because I feel like the nails on my right hand are definitely lagging behind. They're much shorter, and I think it's just because I'm more rough with my right hand, and also whenever I'm doing nails on my right hand, I'm using my non-dominant hand, so I kind of mess things up more frequently and end up just filing them down. So hopefully the nails on my left hand will be just as long as the nails on my right hand soon, and I cannot wait for that day. Now that I've got my tips sized out, I'm going to take this tip primer from Poway, and I'm going to use this to chemically etch the inside of the tip instead of using like my e-file and roughing up the inside so that the tips stick well to the gel product. I am just using this tip primer, and it's like a lot less messy because there's not a bunch of nail dust and stuff that you have to get rid of, and it's just like really easy. So let's see what's been new with me recently. Honestly, as probably a lot of you guys know, I'm a recent college graduate, so it feels a little bit weird like seeing my sister and other people having classes and I just don't. I don't know, like just feeling more like an adult. Part of me feels like, yeah, growing up is just weird, and I feel like I'm definitely experiencing some growing pains, just like, which I definitely expected because like change is hard for me. So not having like classes that I know that I'm like doing my classes on top of my videos and stuff, like now all of that classwork stuff, I don't have it anymore, and I feel like I should have a lot more time to make videos and that I should be able to be pushing out so many more videos, but then I feel like I'm not really making that many more videos. So I just like feel like, where is that extra time going? I mean, honestly, I kind of have been making more videos. I post like 2 videos a week most of the time, so Yeah, and then also, you know, like it's during the school year, I was like super burnt out all the time and always just felt like I was on my last straw every single day. And I dealt with a lot of anxiety, had like health issues because of it. So now that I don't have classes, I have like all this extra time that before was kind of just filled with things that stressed me out. But now I should be using this extra time to just like chill, just find my happy, you know, like happy medium of like balancing work and being able to support myself and also taking care of my mental health and being happy. But then at the same time, I start feeling guilty, like I feel like I'm not working as hard as I should be because I'm not like making myself mentally ill over it like I was when I was also doing university and putting out a video or 2 videos a week. So yeah. But anyway, I have my tips prepped now, and it's been like a week and a half since I filled in my hard gel layer last, and you can tell it's definitely grown out a little bit, and there's definitely some cuticle that I could be pushing back and such. But honestly, I'm not going to be wearing these nails for that long. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of like doing the whole prep and filling my hard gel layer and everything, I'm just going to use this wooden cuticle pusher and kind of just try to push back any dead skin that is on the nail area where the product is going to be, just because dead skin will definitely make it so that the nails pop off pretty quickly. And I do want these nails to at least last probably like a week or two. I don't want them like popping off while I'm editing and doing stuff. So I'm just gonna push back the dead skin, kind of like scrape it off a little bit, just gently with the wooden cuticle pusher. So yeah, I just feel like I'm in this kind of weird headspace of like, I do my work every day, but I feel like I should be doing more for some reason, even though like what I am doing is my best at the moment. I think also it's because I do live at home still, so before I put the tips on, I'm just going to wipe off everything very well with some isopropyl alcohol to make sure that the nail surface is nice and dry and also clean and free of any, you know, nasties and free of anything that could propagate fungus, you know what I'm saying, trapped under the nail product. All right, I'm gonna grab out my little gooseneck lamp to aid me with putting these tips on, so it'll be over there. And I'm going to put the tips on using this peel off base gel, which is basically just kind of like the consistency of a very soft rubber base gel. And I just use it as a nail glue gel on top of my hard gel layer with the top coat on it, which allows them to last a long time, but also I can peel them off super easily when I am done with them. If you guys want to see my whole prep with my cocoon method and how I use this peel off gel, I will link the full video up in the corner of the screen. But basically I'm just going to use this gel, this like base gel peel off stuff, and I'm going to use it just as I would use any other nail glue gel with full cover tips. And we want to use quite a bit for these because they are very sculpted. So there's going to be a little bit of room to fill in. And also my natural nails are very long on this hand, so also requires more product. All right, turn that on. Oh, that's not even, you see how much more product I need to use because my nails are so long? All right, let me add some more here. Let's try that again. And I know I've like said this probably a million times, those of you guys who have been here for a while, but yeah, my dad kind of wanted me to get a corporate job, and there's also like this mentality, I feel like, if you're not continuously grinding and like pushing yourself to exhaustion and working really hard, then you're not working hard enough, which I don't really agree with. I feel like if you guys have ever seen Good, the Bad, the Ugly, like if you work for a living, why do you kill yourself working? Because if you're just obsessed with growth and of like monetary value and stuff, then I feel like really you're never going to feel content with what you have, because you can always have more, and the more that you have, the more, and like the more that you have, like the more money that you make, the more expensive things you can buy. And so then it's just like the more money you have, the more money just gets used, and then you just need more money, and it's just like an endless cycle. Don't get me wrong though, like financial stability is definitely important, and like you definitely need to make enough money to support yourself and to live. But I feel like if you are doing that and you are happy with where you are in life and you are content and you understand that growth takes time and you're willing to be patient and just enjoy the journey instead of like suffering every day because you're pushing yourself so hard because you want to get to that destination faster, where like the journey is just like, the journey just doesn't even become important anymore because you're just so focused on the destination. I don't know, I just feel like that's just not what I want to do. But then I feel guilty about that because that's kind of like the mentality of society sometimes, and like kind of like the mentality that my dad is used to, and he kind of like pushes on me. So since I live under his roof, which he and my mom are very happy to have me here, and I'm very thankful that they let me stay here. But don't get me wrong, I'm like so thankful for my parents, and I'm so thankful that I can stay here and that they're happy to have me here. And I honestly could move out if I wanted to. It just would not be the smartest decision for me to make at this point in time, and like the state of how expensive housing is, especially in San Diego, California. And like I know a lot of people my age are living with their parents. And yes, like I do want my independence and to be able to just be on my own and like understand what I want without being in like an echo chamber of other people's ideas of what my life should be. But at the same time, I feel like being in this situation is also going to help me to really hone in and like become a stronger person in knowing what I want. But I feel like moving out and being on my own is definitely going to come with its own set of issues. And yes, I'm not going to be feeling guilty about what my parents want me to do and not doing what they wish for me to do with my life and choosing a different path. But there's going to be a whole different set of issues. And also, I'm very much a family person. I would get very lonely on my own. So yeah. But yeah, I feel like I've honestly, at this point, I feel like I've talked about this many a times at this point on my channel, because it's definitely something that I've just mainly been dealing with in my personal life for the past few months. So naturally it's gonna come up whenever I'm just chatting about how I'm feeling and stuff. But I've been watching the show Alone recently with my dad, and basically if you don't know that show, they take like 10 people and drop them off with like 10 items that they get to choose from like a list of survival items in either like Vancouver Island or Alaska. And they basically drop them off with the camera gear, and then the people are in like different locations completely alone, and they basically have to try to survive as long as they can in the wilderness by themselves and film themselves doing it. And then whoever like lasts the longest gets $500,000 at the end. It's really fun to watch, but it's honestly like they talk about on that show how like the native people of that area, it's like a custom of like a rite of passage to becoming an adult to go into the wilderness completely by yourself and be out there for like a week or longer and learn about who you are. And watching that show made me realize that there has never been a day of my life where I have been alone, which I am so thankful for, that I have that support system around me of my family and my friends. And I would never want to be completely alone, like without choosing it for myself. But watching that show made me want to just like turn off all of my technology and just like go into the woods for like just even like a few days without society and social media and everybody in my life telling me things and making me feel certain ways, and just like be alone with myself and like find out, who is Anne? What do I really want? Like, what are my feelings about life without the constant input of social media and society and my parents and just everything. Because I feel like I've lived a lot of my life being influenced by people, and it would just be really nice to experience not being influenced by people, you know? Maybe one day when I have the funds, I will go on a self-discovery journey. Definitely not alone in the woods for like a month, because I don't have those types of skills, but maybe like, and honestly, I don't think I'd ever want to like rent a cabin out like in some remote area by myself. I've seen too many horror movies about things that happen to people when they do that. But maybe I'll just like take Kevin with me and we'll go out into a remote area and I'll turn off all my electronics and be free from the influence. But yeah, that's just been where my mind has been at lately. Sorry, I feel like I become like a, sorry, I like to talk a lot and ramble my thoughts a lot. So that's kind of, I mean, if you've seen these videos before, it shouldn't surprise you, but yeah, I like to just talk about my philosophies of life while I'm doing these videos. I had to take out my big UV LED lamp that I haven't used in a long time because these tips are so long that they do not fit in that MelodySusie lamp. That MelodySusie lamp is good enough for curing them on my nail bed because my nail bed area was able to fit under there, but the entire tips themselves do not fit under there, so I want to make sure everything is going to be able to get cured properly when I do the nail art and stuff on top of the tips. So yeah, this is going to be peeking out in the corner over here. So these tips are looking very epic, but I definitely do want to top coat the underbellies. This right here, this little like white mark is from, also there's like glitter all over my hand because what's new, my area is filled with random little glitter pieces. But yeah, that little white mark is from the ice purple alcohol that I was using to clean off my nail beds and stuff as I was putting my tips on. So that should go away once I prep the underbellies with that same tip primer that I used before. So I'm just going to go in with that on all of the underbellies so that the top coat sticks. Also, I did not realize before I put these on, but they require so much nail glue gel to put on. Like, they're super sculpted, and I have a hard gel layer on top of my natural nail already, so that adds a little bit of extra product to my natural nail and makes it usually so that I don't need to use as much nail glue gel when I put on the tips. But I needed to use a lot still. So if you don't use a hard gel layer on your nail as like a protective base layer, then these tips are probably going to be a little bit difficult to put on, I feel like. But maybe not. You never know until you try it. So I'm quickly just going to use a non-wipe top coat to top coat all the underbellies. I'm not going to use my favorite top coat ever because it's really just to keep the undersides clean, because it should get rid of any stickiness under there since it's a non-wipe glossy top coat, so that dust and stuff can't stick under there. And then we will do a little bit of filing. Tips are looking really nice. I made sure to file the tips a little bit to, one, get rid of the little pieces of plastic hanging off from like the form, but also to make sure they were just a little bit more rounded and not so pokey, because I don't want to be scratching myself and accidentally scratching people and poking people. So yeah, I always like to just make sure that when I like press it into my palms, it doesn't like hurt. They're looking good. It feels really nice to have very long nails on both hands once again. Let's open up this box now. I know that there's a gel polish set in here that is specifically Halloween themed from their plant-based gel polish collection, which I'm really excited to use. Ooh, this is a big box. Did I open it upside down? I might have opened it upside down. Yeah. Wow. And here's the set of the plant-based gel polishes that I was talking about. And I think that is it. Besides this cute little sheet of stickers and a little thank you for your order and all that good stuff. All right, so I already know what's gonna be in here. It's gonna be the Halloween themed gel polish collection, like I said. So I actually wanna start by opening this because I'm curious to see what is in here. Ooh. Wow. All right, it looks like we have some like nail care, nail prep stuff in here. So first we have a 2-piece nail care kit. I'm not entirely sure what's gonna be in here. I'm assuming it's gonna be like cuticle oil. Aha. Oh, these bottles. These bottles are so cute. We've got a nail and cuticle oil. It says it's a honey and milk scented, I'm assuming. Let's get a close-up of the ingredients for you guys. There you are. You can pause that and read through them if you are interested, but of course it is going to be HEMA and TPO free. And then we have the cuticle remover, which is also so cute. I love this pink color, but more importantly, what this is going to be is it's going to help you remove any dead skin and cuticle from your nail bed before you do any nail art so that your extensions and nail art and gel and stuff don't lift. These days I use my e-file to remove it, but if you aren't very comfortable with an e-file, this is a very good and safe way to remove the cuticle from your nail bed. It's a very cute little duo. So cute. All right, we've got their blooming gel. And blooming gel, if you're not familiar with it, you basically put a thin layer of it on the nail, and then without curing it, you can take other gel polish and like put drops and make little designs into the blooming gel, and it should just make it like feather out the color. People use it to make like tortoise shell designs and a bunch of other cool creative stuff. But once again, here are those ingredients, which I do see that it contains 2-hydroxyl methacrylate, which I believe is HEMA. It does look like this contains both HEMA and TPO, and the TPO being listed as diphenyl 2,4,6-trimethyl benzoyl phosphide oxide, or whatever that is. So yeah, just wanted to point that out for those of you guys who have sensitive skin and are prone to allergies and reactions and stuff. This one, right away you can see whatever's going to be in here is HEMA free, which is nice. Oh, and duh, the box literally says nail prep, dehydrator, and nail primer, so that's what's going to be in here. Ooh. So we have the nail dehydrator and primer, and the primer does say that it's for UV gels only, so it's not an acrylic primer or anything like that. Ooh, okay. It's a little sticky. It leaked a little bit in the box, but nothing we can't clean up. But like I was saying, I don't see any HEMA in here or any TPO. And here are the ingredients on the dehydrator as well, just in case you're curious. So the dehydrator and the primer is what you would use on your natural nails to prime them before putting on any base gel, which I didn't have to do today because I do all of that when I infill my hard gel layer and when I put on like my cocoon layer. But yeah, that is when you would use these. And then the last little box from that big white box. We've got a top coat, a base coat, and a builder gel. So if we take a look at the ingredients real quick, it does look like it has both TPO and HEMA in it. It has HEMA listed as hydroxyl methacrylate, and then ethyl triphenyl, this last ingredient, that's TPO. Which is a little sad knowing that TPO was banned in certain countries, so their plant-based line has all TPO free stuff, but I just like would hope that companies just stop using TPO altogether soon. So yeah. The base coat also contains both HEMA and TPO, and the same thing goes for the builder gel. MelodySusie does also have a new line of plant-based gel polishes that are completely HEMA and TPO free, and I've been using these for a while now and I really love them. So if you are worried about the HEMA and TPO contents, definitely check out their plant-based HEMA and TPO free collection of gel polishes. I really, really like it. Speaking of that, let's get into this new set of their HEMA-free and TPO plant-based gel polishes. This is what I am truly excited for. Okay, that was a little dangerous, so let's not do that. I need to relax. Woo. Of course, this set of gel polishes is the one that they curated with colors specifically for Halloween nail designs. So let's swatch these, shall we? I love how they're packed in here so securely. Please. Please. Yeah, these are packed in here really, really securely. Holy. All right, let's swatch these beautiful colors, shall we? One thing that I particularly love about these gel polishes is that they are so opaque. Really, one coat coverage is absolutely perfect. They're so smooth when applying them and they level out so nicely. Like, using these gel polishes makes me wonder why anyone ever needed to include HEMA and TPO in gel polishes in the first place, because these are so nice and they're both HEMA and TPO free. So maybe it's just because the ingredients that they use are a little bit more expensive and companies don't really want to use more expensive ingredients. Or maybe it's because the HEMA and TPO that's regularly used is just what was easiest to make sure that the product sticks on as long as possible. But I'm not completely sure. That's just me speculating. It's just me speculating. I should probably do a little bit of research, but yeah, I really love these gel polishes. I feel like this set of 10 colors for Halloween is very unique. Unique in a good way though. Like, I like how there's pastel colors instead of just super bright, vibrant colors. I feel like maybe everyone this year is into like the pastel Halloween vibes. But I also do like how there's like this nice muted sage green and this like dark Merlot color. Could you call that Merlot? I'm not sure. But yeah, there's like a good range of colors for you to do like multiple different styles of Halloween nail art. Honestly, I had to take like a half an hour break after I swatched these and just like eat and think, because I don't know why I'm feeling so much like nail art block. Like, no matter how long I stared at these, I could not think of a good idea for like a nail art concept. And I think honestly what most of it is that I'm gonna have to do whatever nail art I do on all 10 nails. And not only that, but I want to like talk to you guys while I do it, since this is a nails and chill video. And I feel like if I chose to do anything super intricate, it's gonna be hard to do with my non-dominant hand, and it's just gonna take forever, and I'm gonna get frustrated, and I'm just not gonna feel like talking. And then also, I feel like I have this idea in my head that I need to do like a nail art that people are gonna like to see. But then I also realized that what's more important is that whatever nail art I do is something that I like and that I'm gonna want to wear. So I think I finally decided something that I want to do that might be kind of simple and is kind of like what I always do, but honestly, it's fine. Like, if you're here watching my videos, you probably like seeing what I usually do. So let's start doing the nail art, and let me stop overthinking this so hard. Before I get into like the colors and everything, I'm gonna give everything a wipe with some isopropyl alcohol again, just to make sure that they're clean, because like I said, I did take a break to eat some lunch slash dinner, so I just want to make sure these are all clean. And then I'm actually going to take out this nail primer, this like gel nail primer, just because I want to test it out. It just smells like a typical primer. It doesn't smell like good like the plant-based gel polishes, which actually do smell sweet. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, so I'm just going to put this on the tips, and it just instantly gets rid of all of the white spots. A lot quicker than the tip primer does, actually. And I'm also just going to do a quick base on all of the tips because you could probably tell while I was swatching the gel polishes that there's a lot of scratches and scuffs on the tip surface from when I was doing the filing and just trying to shape them a little bit nicer to fit with my nails better. So yeah, I just want to put a base gel on there to smooth everything out and make sure that those scratches don't like show up in the nail art. I made an iced coffee with like the peppermint mocha creamer from like Coffee Mate, and it's really putting me in the holiday spirit. I gotta say. I feel like even though peppermint is kind of like a more Christmas holiday flavor, like pumpkin and peppermint both put me just like in the mood for the holiday season overall. And I like to make sure to drink as much pumpkin spice and peppermint mocha flavored drinks as I can before the end of the holiday season so that I am thoroughly tired of them by the time the holiday season is over, because then you can basically no longer get them. So now that I've got that base coat fully cured on there, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start taking these colors. I picked out 5 of the colors to put on my nails. I'm just going to do 1 color per nail, and then I'm going to go in with black and do nail art, and then go in on top of that and do like more nail art. I actually, hold up, let me grab it. When I took that little break, like I told you guys, I actually got out my little notebook and some crayons, and I was trying to figure out like which colors I wanted to use, because just like looking at this, for some reason it was really hard for me to like picture in my mind which ones would look good together. But seeing the colors like together, the green, the purple, the yellow, and the orange, I feel more confident that it's going to look good. I still haven't decided if I'm going to use the white on one of them or if I'm just going to repeat one of the colors, but whatever. We will figure that out in a second. But yeah, that's my advice. If you cannot think of what to do for your nails, just like grab out some crayons or colored pencils and just do some chicken scratch drawings to kind of like picture in your mind what colors you might like together. It's kind of just like a thumbnail drawing, you know? I'm trying to think of what color I'll most likely want to repeat again, because that's probably the color that I'm going to be putting on the thumbnail. I'll probably put it on like the thumbnail and the ring finger. And I think maybe let's just go with orange, because I feel like orange is like the very standard Halloween color. Like when you think of Halloween, you think orange and black. So yeah, at least I do. So since all of the nail art on top, or at least the hand-drawn nail art that I do on top, is going to be black, I think that orange will be a good color to repeat. That does look so nice. I definitely would have been able to like spend more time and do like a more intricate hand-drawn like nail design with like a specific theme or something if I was only doing one hand instead of both hands. But I'm going to the pumpkin patch this week, and I just want to have like a full cute set of nails on when I go, because I know I'm probably going to vlog and take pictures. It's just not going to feel right if I just only have one hand of nail art and like the other hand is just like not as cute, you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just do a full set of more easy, less time consuming nail art. But yeah, I'm so excited to go to the pumpkin patch. Like I've been telling you guys in my vlogs, I've been trying to do like more fun stuff recently, just to kind of try to get my mind out of just like being at home and like doing work and just constantly being in that loop of thinking, especially because I do like work at home. I try to like play my Switch and stuff like that, but I definitely need to get better at like drawing more and reading more again. But it is really helpful to just get out of the house and do stuff with like my boyfriend and my sister and brother and friends. And then when I do stuff that's fun, that's not necessarily productive in any way, it makes it actually a lot easier to be more productive when I'm not doing fun stuff, because I just get like that little break. So yeah, like make sure to take time for yourself and just like have fun sometimes, because you might think, oh no, I can't do that because I have to do all this stuff. But honestly, you can't really do all that stuff and do your best doing that stuff if you don't take care of yourself. So just think you have to take care of yourself and take time for yourself in order to do your best, which is honestly hard sometimes. Trust me, I know, but it's important. So yeah, if you want to just like hang out with me doing stuff other than nails, and make sure to check out the vlogs. Honestly, I know not everybody likes the vlogs. A lot of people are subscribed to my channel for nail videos, and that's completely fine. You definitely don't need to watch the vlogs, but I just love doing the vlogs, and I will probably keep doing the vlogs and stuff like that because it's just like fun for me to do, and I always want to make sure that I am fulfilling myself with the videos that I'm making, because that's when I can make the best, most authentic content. Like the last video that I made, the one where I was testing the Beatles products, it was a sponsored video, and actually I was not being paid to make like a full video like that, going so in depth into the products. I genuinely just wanted to do that for myself because I enjoy doing that, and I felt like all the new products, like definitely I wanted to go in depth to their ingredients and stuff for you guys so that you know whether to buy them or not. But someone said that it felt kind of like a long commercial, which definitely makes me sad because I never want my videos to feel like long commercials. I just genuinely like stuff and things and showing them, and I am so thankful that I can actually get paid to do that because that allows me to keep doing it. So yeah, I know that like that's like 1% of the people who watch probably think that. I know a lot of you guys enjoy watching me look at the products and stuff, but yeah, just know that I think a majority of you guys know already that I always give my honest opinion, and if I'm showing you a product, it's because I genuinely like it. And I showed you guys product and tested products since way before I started getting sponsored. So yeah, I am very thankful for sponsorships though, because it helps me support myself. It's one of the ways I can show my dad that I am supporting myself doing YouTube, and then I can keep making videos. So I was just prepping these tips on my other hand and putting the base coat on and everything off camera really quick, but I just wanted to pop on because I noticed that this base coat actually kind of smells good. Like it kind of has a sweet smell, kind of like the plant-based one. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting, but I'm just gonna go ahead and finish putting the base coat on these and get the gel polish on this hand as well, and I will be right back. But I'm just gonna do that off camera because you guys already saw me do it once. Bro, I tried plugging in this strawberry light and there's like a weird low frequency, like low electronic frequency coming out of it, so I can't leave it plugged in because it's gonna interfere with the audio and sound weird. Anyway, that's gonna turn off again at some point. It's fine. Okay, so I have one layer on all the nails, and with my right hand I decided to repeat the yellow instead of the orange, and I think that they look really cute. The only thing is, I don't know if you can really tell, but I noticed that since these nails are so curved, when I was letting the gel polish level out, it kind of leveled out like to the sides too much, and you can kind of see that there's more gel polish pooled on the side of the nail than there is like on top. And that's definitely not because of the gel polish, that's definitely because the tips are so sculpted. So when I did this hand over here, I started putting the nails upside down a little bit before actually curing them, and that definitely helped a lot because the same thing did not happen over here. So even though all of the colors are really opaque and I think they look really good just with one coat, I think I'm gonna have to do a second coat just on like the yellows and maybe a couple of the orange or wherever else I notice it looking weird like that, because I know it's definitely gonna bother me. Also, I totally don't mind having to redo it though, because you guys, this yellow gel polish is my favorite scent of the gel polish. It smells literally like lemon. Like, it smells so good. It smells like lemon candy. It's actually crazy. The orange one also smells citrusy. Actually, it kind of has like the same citrus smell. Like, these two smell like citrus as you would expect. And then this purple one smells like lavender as you would expect because it's lavender. So yeah, that's totally epic. So I totally don't mind having to reuse them again. Okay, especially not the yellow one. Just gonna put on another layer. This yellow is so pretty. Probably my favorite yellow gel polish that I have, actually. But this time, before I cure it, I'm going to hold it upside down like this for at least like 10 seconds. And then I'm actually going to pop it into my light upside down like this because I don't want to risk it like the same thing happening again. Okay, cuties. For the rest of the video, you are getting Haggerty Ann, because it's the next morning and I just want to get these nails done. I just want to get these nails done. Okay, like last night I was having an existential crisis about not being able to figure out what direction I wanted these nails to go. And so I just decided that I needed to take a break. It was getting pretty late and I made some dinner and I went to bed and then I woke up and now I'm sitting here. Should I have brushed my hair or something? Maybe, but you know what? Who am I to not show you the reality, okay? This is a nails and chill video, and this is Chill Ann right here. This is Ann chillin'. So, yeah, we've got all the colors on. I did the second layer like I said I was going to, and then I started getting wrinkling. Which was really frustrating, but I dealt with it, and I think it's okay now. So, let's just get these done, okay? I just need to trust the process and we're just gonna go. We're gonna go with it because there's a couple more things that I want to like just chit chat about with you guys. So I figured out, I think the reason that I am having a difficult time with these is because they're not super bright like I'm used to colors being. They're more pastel and muted, and I tend to be more attracted to like very bright colors and more like pastel neon colors and glitter. So I think what's going to help is if I just add some glitter to the equation. So I tested out a couple different glitter gel polishes that I had that were just clear with glitter in them. That's why there's like some glitter remnants left on these nails if you can tell. But I decided that we're just going to go with this one from Nail Reserve. It is Stardust Gleam. I decided to go with this one because it has a little bit of like gold shimmers in it, and I feel like that really fits well with the fall theme. I think another reason that I'm having a little bit of a difficult time is because I kind of chose colors that just work well with like a fall autumn set, and my original plan was to make this set a little bit more Halloween vibes. I just need to trust the process. I'm just having a difficult time trusting the process today, which sometimes that happens, but I'm just gonna do what I do, and I'm just gonna keep adding things until I feel like I'm happy with them. So recently, something else that I've been working on that I haven't really told you guys about yet is that Kevin and I are working together to make me a website. It's basically going to be like an online shop. It's going to be a shop. I think I've told you guys before that I wanted to try by the end of this year to get like an online shop up and going so that I can sell you guys like, so for those of you guys who want to like buy handmade stuff from me, like my custom acrylics, or if I start making art prints or channel merch, like if I design like some sort of graphic to put on like a sweater or t-shirt and tote bags or something, and you guys want to buy them, then it would be nice to just have all of that in one place on like an online shop. So originally I was planning on just going through like some website like Shopify, but my boyfriend Kevin, he's actually a programmer, so he decided that he would like to try to like build the website with me, which is really amazing and I'm so thankful. So that's been really fun working with him on that, because if you didn't know, my college degree was in cognitive science with a specialization in UX design. So I did a lot of like web design, but I never did any web development. Like I didn't learn the coding to make the websites. I just learned how to design a website. So working with my boyfriend, who is the web developer, has been like a really fun way to implement like what I learned, I guess, and I'm really excited to have the website hopefully by like the beginning of next year, or maybe even the end of this year by like Christmas time. But yeah, it's just gonna be somewhere where I sell like all of my handmade goods, like any of my handmade stuff, like my custom acrylics. It's not going to be anything like super professional. I just want it to be like a very niche little cozy boutique sort of thing, where if you guys want like a little something handmade by me, then like you can buy it from there. And just like I have so many different interests, so there could just be like anything on there, range from like DIY jewelry to like stickers of my artwork, my custom acrylics, if I get into like making a nail charms or something, just whatever you could possibly want to buy from me, seeing them in my videos, it would be on that website. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, I think I'm feeling better about them already now that they have the glitter on them. But I also think that these ghost stickers are like so cozy and match like the vibes. They match the palette well with like the soft muted colors. Like look at these little orange and black flowers. That's adorable. But I'm not sure that I just want to go straight in with just stickers. Like I said, I feel like just doing like the most is gonna make me feel better. Also, I picked out a bunch of charms originally because I feel like these charms would look so cute. Because I don't know, just like a candy. I was originally gonna go with like a candy sweets vibe, but now I feel like the colors. But now I just feel like that doesn't really go with these colors, and I could just like save that for when I do like a custom acrylic video and all of my colors are like super bright and glittery. I feel like some like kawaii sweet charms would look super cute, so I think I'm not going to go with that for now. But I think before I put the stickers on, I do want to do what I was originally like showing you guys, which is to just go in and do some like line art stuff. But instead of using the black like I was originally planning, I'm going to use the white. I think that would just look better. I'm just going to put some of this white gel polish on my little palette. When I swatched this white, it seemed really good and opaque for line art, so... And I'm gonna use my Nail Bao doughy brush in the size 002. And I think I'll just start off with my favorite thing to do. You already know. It's a swirl. They're just so magical and whimsical. Make everything better. But yeah, other than the website I'm working on with Kevin, nothing really super exciting is happening. I'm just enjoying the fall, really enjoying the fall and like the weather getting cooler. Like just it being hot puts me in such a bad mood. I get so cranky when I am hot. So as it's getting cooler, I'm definitely starting to feel better. Like even right now I'm sitting in my room with like my window closed and my studio lights on me and I'm not sweating yet. So that's very lovely. This year, for some reason, I feel like I'm a bit more excited for like the Christmas season than I am for the Halloween season. I don't know, just like growing up, I actually never celebrated Halloween. I've never been trick-or-treating before. My parents are Christian and I'm Christian, and just like some Christians just don't celebrate Halloween. I don't know, I just enjoy the vibes of like the autumn season and pumpkins and like I just like the aesthetic of Halloween, you know? So like the vibes and stuff that are popular during Halloween and like the movies, like I've never really been like a horror movie person. Actually, okay, when I was in high school I used to love horror movies, but now I like really don't like horror movies because like I feel like becoming an adult is stressful enough. Like I don't need to be more scared. I deal with anxiety enough. But like Tim Burton vibes and, you know, just like peculiarness, spookiness. Those are just like vibes that I kind of enjoy all year round. So it's really fun during Halloween season and fall to just like be able to walk into the store and see the like the cozy spooky vibes. Honestly, I'm definitely more into the cozy spooky vibes and like the more cute spooky vibes than like the actual scary ones, especially this year. I don't know, like walking into the store and seeing like really creepy decorations and like scary things to put out in front of your house like doesn't excite me as much this year as I feel like it did in years before. I like seeing like the skeletons and the black cat stuff and the pumpkins and the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, not so much like the actual scary stuff. So I don't know, maybe it's surprising for some of you guys to hear that I didn't celebrate Halloween growing up. I would say now that I've grown up, I don't necessarily not celebrate it, but I just don't really take part in a bunch of like the Halloween festivities. I more just enjoy the vibes around this time. But like if I was invited to like a Halloween party or something and it was just gonna be like a fun time, like I would go. whether I want to use charms or stickers on this set, because I think if I use both, it's definitely going to be way too much, because I feel like these little ghost stickers actually fit perfectly. But then also I feel like it would be really fun to just use like black and white charms. It's so hard. I can't decide. Like, imagine this little cat charm, with like a little button as well. Like, that would be really cute. Or this beautiful flower. Imagine that beautiful flower. Or this like ghost charm that I got last year that I never had a chance to use. And then if I did use the charms, then I could always go back in with these little like flowers and bat stickers from this set and like fill in the gaps. I don't know why, I am just feeling so indecisive with this set. I don't know what to do. Alright, I think for this one, the best thing to do is just going to be to go with the stickers. Since I did spend a lot of time doing the nail art, and if I do end up using the charms, like most of the nail art is going to be covered, and I do kind of like the like doodly whimsical feeling that it has. So I'm just gonna stick to using a couple stickers on each of them. That way, like, not all of the nail art is going to be covered, but it's still gonna be a little cuter than it already is. And I can use these ones, and I also have the ghosts from these ones. I think that these actually came like in the same set. This little ghost wearing a little blankie with a little coffee. That's adorable. Alright, yeah. Let's just put some ghost stickers on. These are really cute. Also, if you notice, I didn't do the nail art on my other hand yet because I decided I'm just going to finish this one with you guys, and then I'll just do the other hand the exact same way off camera, because I don't know, I'm feeling like a little extra, I guess you could say, like overstimulated today. And I just think that I need to sit in my room with like my window open and do the nail art instead of like sitting with all the windows closed and the blinds closed with like my big studio lights on me and doing it. Because if I open the window while I'm filming, there's going to be noises from outside, and then also the sunlight from outside is going to mess up the lighting. I don't know why I feel like I haven't created like a set of nails that I've really liked and been in love with and like not wanted to take off for a while. Well, I think probably the last one that I did that I really, really liked was the neon acrylics with like the zebra print and the charms. But yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, like, the recent sets I've just not been totally in love with them. I do think that if this one turns out cute with the stickers, that I will really like it though. Since there's so many stickers on these, and I really want to make sure that none of them start peeling, especially because these nails are so curved, which could cause like the edges to start peeling easier, I feel like. I'm actually going to go in with a layer of base coat to seal in all the stickers before I do the top coat, which is just something that I've been liking to do ever since one of you guys actually shared that tip with me. So thank you. Got the base coat all cured on there, so finally let's go in with the top coat. And I'm gonna try this one out for you guys. I've been using this one from MelodySusie, which is their plant-based one, and I really, really like this one. But I figured I would try this one out for you guys because I do like to just try out as many products as I can so you guys know which ones you might like or not. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna look super much different than when I put the base coat on, but because it's already like glossy from the base coat. But this will seal everything in even more and make it stay super duper glossy. These actually turned out super cute. I really, really like them. Now that I like see them all together. That's why you just have to like trust the process. I feel like this week I've just been having like a very kind of hectic and anxious week. Yeah, the glitters look so much prettier once you put the top coat on. They're gonna look so cute outside in the sun. Also, I think I just get really dehydrated while I'm filming sometimes because I just forget to drink water. So I'm drinking like one of those like liquid UV pouches in my water, and I think it's helping. But yeah, I'm definitely just like craving some time just like in nature, just like some quiet nice time in nature right now. So that's probably what I will be doing after I finish this hand. But here is the finished design. It actually has grown on me so much. It's so cute, and the glitter was definitely like the best decision I made because it looks so beautiful, but I don't think you can actually really tell on this camera how beautiful it looks. So definitely you'll be able to see that a lot better in the outside shots. But yeah, I don't know. They're so cute. It just kind of reminds me of like designs that I see on mugs and stuff during Halloween time at the store. Just like super cozy and cute, which is exactly what I was going for. Yay! So adorable. And the top coat is non-wipe and super glossy. So I think my favorite one is like this one, this little guy. This little guy's adorable. But they're all adorable. But yeah, I'm gonna go do the same nail art on this hand now. I think I just want to have a little bit of alone time with my nails and do that. With like these bright lights not on me and just sitting next to my window and stuff. I will definitely show you guys how this hand turns out in like probably like 15 seconds. But with that being said, that is the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up on your way out. It helps me out so much and I really appreciate it. I hope that you are having the most amazing day, night, week, life. Sleep well. If you're going to sleep, cutie, I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye! Mwah.